fire exit.
นี่คืออนุภูมิภาคที่มีประชากรมากกว่า 1,700 ล้านคนคิดเป็นเกือบ 23% ของโลกและนี่คืออนุภูมิภาคที่มีการเติบโตทางเศรษฐกิจมากกว่า 7-8% ต่อปีนับว่าสูงมากเมื่อเทียบกับค่าเฉลี่ยทั่วโลกเรากำลังพูดถึง BIMSTEC หรือความริเริ่มแห่งอ่าวเบงกอลสำหรับความร่วมมือหลากหลายสาขาทั้งวิชาการและเศรษฐกิจโดยที่มีอ่าวเบงกอลเป็นศูนย์กลางร้อยประสานวิถีชีวิตของคนในพื้นที่นี้เอาไว้ด้วยกันอ่าวเบงกอลนับเป็นหนึ่งในเส้นทางการค้าที่มีความสำคัญมาอย่างยาวนานยึดโยงประชาชนในอนุภูมิภาคแห่งนี้เข้าไว้ด้วยกันตั้งแต่ที่ยังไม่ได้มีการแบ่งเขตประเทศอย่างชัดเจนเหมือนเช่นปัจจุบันทำให้ BIMSTEC กำเนิดขึ้นมาเมื่อวันที่ 6 มิถุนายน 2540 นอกจากอ่าวเบงกอลจะเป็นเพื่อนบ้านของไทยแล้วภูมิภาคอ่าวเบงกอลยังเป็นหนึ่งในเขตเศรษฐกิจที่ใหญ่ที่สุดในโลกอีกด้วยแถบนี้มีมูลค่าผลผลิตรวมภายในประเทศหรือ GDP รวมกันสูงกว่า 5 ล้านล้านดอลลาร์สหรัฐแต่ละประเทศล้วนมีเอกลักษณ์เฉพาะตัวมีศักยภาพที่แตกต่างกันออกไปแต่ละชาติจึงเป็นเจ้าภาพที่ขับเคลื่อนในประเด็นที่แตกต่างกันบังกลาเทศเจ้าภาพเรื่องการค้าการลงทุนและการพัฒนาภูฏานดูแลเรื่องสิ่งแวดล้อมและสภาพภูมิอากาศอินเดียดูแลเรื่องความมั่นคงเมียนมาดูแลเรื่องการเกษตรและความมั่นคงทางอาหารเนปาลดูแลเรื่องการเชื่อมโยงคนศรีลังกาดูแลเรื่องวิทยาศาสตร์เทคโนโลยีและนวัตกรรมและประเทศไทยดูแลเรื่องการเชื่อมโยงประเทศไทยในฐานะประธาน BIMSTEC จะกลับมาฟื้นฟูความยิ่งใหญ่ของ BIMSTEC อีกครั้งพร้อมวิสัยทัศน์ Pro BIMSTEC นั่นคือ Prosperous ความมั่งคั่ง Resilient ความยืดหยุ่นและ Open การเปิดกว้าง BIMSTEC Young Gen Forum สอดคล้องกับวิสัยทัศน์นี้ส่งเสริมความร่วมมือระหว่างผู้ประกอบการรุ่นใหม่ให้มีอำนาจในการขับเคลื่อนความก้าวหน้าทั้ง 7 สาขามุ่งนำเสนอแนวคิดและแนวทางเพื่อสนับสนุนวิสัยทัศน์ Pro BIMSTEC และเพื่อแสดงพลังของคนรุ่นใหม่ที่พร้อมเปิดรับสร้างภูมิภาคนี้ให้ยั่งยืนไปด้วยกัน
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and a very, very warm welcome to the BIMSTEC Young Gen Forum, where the future meets, co-hosted by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and TNN World. My name is Pami Sinida Petvilakun, an economic news anchor from TNN Channel 16. Truly honored to be your moderator at this event. And just moments ago, we've seen video introduction to BIMSTEC. By now, you may already have a broad picture of the Bay of Bengal sub-region. But to deepen our understanding, especially in the business context, it's worth highlighting that the 7 BIMSTEC member states together represent over 1.7 billion people, and that accounts for nearly 23% of the world's population, forming a dynamic, an expansive market full of investment opportunities across various industries. So from April the 2nd to April the 4th, Thailand is hosting the BIMSTEC Summit, the first in 20 years to be held in the kingdom. This occasion is also expected to move regional cooperation forward in tangible ways. A successful FTA under BIMSTEC could unlock unprecedented benefits. So today's forum seeks to offer valuable insights through the real-life experiences of young entrepreneurs from across all 7 BIMSTEC countries, including Thailand. So we hope the stories will serve as both an inspiration and a source of opportunity for every one of us here. But before we proceed, may I invite Mr. Paisan Ru Panitgit, Deputy Permanent Secretary for Foreign Affairs, to deliver the welcoming remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Paisan onto the stage.
The Honorable Professor Dr. Mohammad Yunus, Chief Advisor of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Excellency, Mr. Warawut Sirapa Acha, Minister of Social Development and Human Security. Excellency, Ms. Jirapon Sindhupai, Minister attached to the Prime Minister Office. Excellency, Minister Indramani Pades, Secretary General BIMSTEC. Distinguished panelists, young entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Thailand, allow me to extend our deepest condolence to the governments and the people of Myanmar following the earthquake last Friday, which caused significant loss of life, injuries, and damage. Our thoughts and prayers are with those affected by this natural catastrophe. In these difficult times, we stand in solidarity with Myanmar and reaffirm our support and hope for swift and full recovery. In the era marked by the growing challenges, from natural disaster to emerging global economic and security uncertainties, strengthened coordination and preparedness is more important than ever. This is why a regional platform such as BIMSTEC is important in helping to enhance our collective resilience. As we look to the future, ideas from young professionals and entrepreneurs are key to build sustainable solutions, drive inclusive growth, and ensure safer and stronger communities across our regions, aligned with the shared visions of BIMSTEC futures. Distinguished panelists, young entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome all of you to the first BIMSTEC Young Gen Forum. This forum is an initiative under the Thai chairmanship of BIMSTEC. It provides a unique platform for the young entrepreneur to exchange ideas, share experience, and cooperate on shaping the future of our regions. As we move through a time of rapid change, the role of the young generation, especially the young entrepreneur, is more crucial than ever. Today, young entrepreneurs are tomorrow leaders, and your collaboration will lay the foundation for more integrated, dynamic, and resilient BIMSTEC. As the current chairs of BIMSTEC, Thailand has introduced the pro-BIMSTEC visions, emphasizing prosperity, resilience, and openness. This vision highlights the economic growth, social strength, and regional cooperation as key to sustainable futures. The BIMSTEC Young Gen Forum supports this goal by bringing together young entrepreneurs to exchange ideas about how best to drive progress across the 7 key sectors, namely trade and investment, environment and climate change, security, agriculture and food security, connectivity, science, technology and innovation, and people-to-people contacts. By empowering our youth, we ensure a stronger, more united BIMSTEC community. Today we have the privilege of the presence of the Honorable Professor Dr. Mohammad Yunus, the Chief Advisor of the Government of the People Republic of Bangladesh, who will share with us his invaluable vision and insights, which I am fully confident that will enrich the discussion today. The Honorable, we sincerely appreciate your participation. It clearly shows how much you value the importance of our youth. The insights and recommendations from this forum will guide the future initiative, reinforcing the voice of our young generations in shaping the regional policies, such as BIMSTEC leaders will meet tomorrow at the 6th BIMSTEC Summit in Bangkok. In this regard, I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to the panelists and to the young entrepreneurs from BIMSTEC member states who gather here today. Your participation reflects a shared commitment to driving the progress in our regions. I also would like to express my gratitude to all those who have contributed to making this event possible. Special thanks to our partner, TNN World and Siam Piwat, for kindly hosting us in this remarkable venue. For those of you who may be here in Icon Siam for the first time, I strongly recommend you to spend some time exploring this remarkable place. As you will see yourself, this is more than just a shopping mall. It is indeed a destination. As a final note, I encourage all of you to actively participate, exchange views, take full advantage of this forum. I am confident that the discussion will pave the way for meaningful collaborations that will benefit not only your business, but also the entire BIMSTEC regions. And may I hope that this forum will not be just a one-off event. I do hope that it will continue to be held under the Bangladesh chairmanship. So my humble proposal to you, the Honorable Chief Advisor, Bangladesh will kindly consider hosting this event next year. I am myself confident that this forum will serve as a platform for the young gen to exchange views and ideas that will shape the future of the BIMSTEC regions. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you very much, Deputy Permanent Secretary for Foreign Affairs, Mr. Paisan Rupanitgit, for delivering the welcoming remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, and now for a truly special moment in today's forum, we're deeply honored to welcome a global icon in social entrepreneurship, a Nobel Peace Prize laureate in 2006, and the founder of Grameen Bank, the pioneering model of microfinance for sustainable development. He's a beacon of hope who has shown the world that business can indeed be a powerful force for positive change. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming His Excellency Professor Dr. Muhammad Yunus, Chief Advisor of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, to deliver the keynote address at the BIMSTEC Young Gen Forum, where the future meets.
Good afternoon. I'm very lucky. I'm lucky because this is my first meeting of BIMSTEC, and that meeting begins with the meeting with the young people. That's what makes me very lucky. All along, I tried to get inspiration from young people, and that helped me to move in the direction that I see in the eyes of the young people and the hopes and aspirations of the young people. That has driven me all along. So I'm very happy that this BIMSTEC journey for me begins with the young people. In this brief presentation. I'll just talk about some of the highlights of my story, how it went. But Excellencies and ladies and gentlemen, and my young friends, first I must express my deep condolences for the tragedy that's taken away so many lives in Myanmar and also in Thailand. And this makes us aware of the limitation of our capacity to save people, and uncertainty, the way nature behaves, that we cannot track. We still have a long way to go, how to make sure we understand the nature and get along with it, making sure we can save people from the uncertainties that confronts us. Bangladesh is also a part of the area which is prone to earthquake. Luckily, we have not hit by such tragedy in Bangladesh yet. I'll just give an idea how I got into the things that I have done in the past. I was just mentioning to His Excellency Minister of Social Development that I used to teach in the USA, in Middle Tennessee State University, back in end of 60s and beginning of 70s. I was mentioning because I was surprised to see in my class almost 1/3 of the class are Thai students. That's not what I expected when I began my teaching job. But I became very close to them. One reason was they are doing very bad in exams. Not because they're bad students. They're very good students. But they couldn't write in English. So I gave them a formula how we overcome that problem. That I'll say, you write in Thai. Don't have to worry about it. Don't have to write in English. I'm not your English teacher. I'm your economics teacher. So they will write in Thai, and I'll pick one of the Thai students to come to my place and explain to me, read it, and explain to me what the student is writing about. If I see that it's written in the right way, he gets the grade. So I became a good friend of all the Thai students, of course. So that link lingered for a long time. And I left USA just because Bangladesh became an independent country in 1971. I left in the June of 1972 to come back to Bangladesh with all the excitement that you have a new country, you can design it with the dreams of your imagination, and you're all excited that you have independence, an independent country. So I was trying to see what I can do in that journey. But very soon, all the excitements of creating a new country started disappearing because Bangladesh was sinking very deep into economic troubles. By 1974, we had a terrible famine in the country. We read about famine in the textbooks, in the history books, but never see a famine around you. Now we have the experience of seeing a famine. You're coming from the United States with all the excitement of moving forward. Now country is sinking in debt unimaginable depth. You see dead bodies on the street. It's not a disease, it's not COVID-19 which made them die. It's just not being able to have fistful of rice to keep them alive. So as a young person, you start wondering, what good is this university where I'm teaching is all about? You can teach all the brilliant theories in classrooms. Walk out of the classroom, you see dead bodies. So it unnerved me completely. I didn't know where to begin, what to do. I did little thing here, little thing there, didn't work. Then I decided, Bangladesh is too big for me. I'm a small guy. I can't do anything for whole Bangladesh. But I can do something for the village next to the university campus. This is a very interesting university, beautiful new university, but located in the midst of villages, not in the city, in an urban setting. So I decided this tiny village next to the campus is my Bangladesh. I'll do everything I can to make sure this village remains away from the deaths from hunger. Not only this year, next year, a year from now on. So all the imagination that you have with a good economic life, I tried to bring in my ideas, how to build this, create those situations in this village. I did little things again to see if I can be helpful to people. Then I realized the village is too big for me. I can't do anything for the whole village. So I started paying attention to individuals. That's a long story. When I started talking to the people in the village, get to know them, they look at me with suspicions because I'm coming from the university, which is just next door. But still, you're a kind of quote-unquote foreigner. Luckily for me, I could speak the local dialect. So that way, there was no language difference. So one particular event took me to take a next step. Woman I met, she was a victim of a loan shark. She did a wonderful job, but the benefit of her job is entirely taken away by the loan shark who provide her the money to buy the ingredients for whatever she is making. And the loan size was just over $1. That's a loan. But that $1 loan kind of made her into a slave labor. And instead of overcoming the problem, she became a slave labor because whatever she prepares, the condition of the loan shark is, you have to sell anything you produce to me at the price I decide. Imagine that. So in the conversation, I said, if I give you the $1, can you produce and sell it in the market? She was not familiar with the market. She said, I can try. So that was my first loan I gave. Gave her $1. I said, you have to pay me back. But whenever you can, I'm not going to force you to do anything. And the results I got from her kind of made me think, if $1 can do such a thing, why don't I do more? And I still have lots of money in my pocket. I'm coming from the United States. I was teaching there for several years. My pockets are full with $1. So that was the beginning. And it led to step by step, not only just lending money, but raising questions, fundamental questions. If this money, this dollar can change one person's life, and you get your money back, why don't we do more? I go to the bank in the campus. It's a newly built campus, newly built banking offices. I talked to the manager. I said, why don't you lend money to the people, poor people in the village? He was shocked. He simply argued, bank cannot lend money to poor people. They argued and argued. Nothing changed. I said, you know what? Your banking system is totally wrong. You are built in a wrong principle. The principle that you work with, the more you have, the more you get. So you're always looking for the guys who have more so that you can give them more. I said, that's kind of reverse of the actual principle that you should have. Actual principle should have been, the less you have, the more attention you get. And my first responsibility is to go at your door to serve you. You don't do that. As a result, you create this problem for the whole village and for the whole country. Now I see it's the whole world. Same banking principle. The more you have, the more you get. If you have nothing, you get nothing. So stay there. The whole idea of transforming the society is killed right there. There's nothing wrong with people. They're full of energy, full of creative ideas. But the institutions are built in the wrong way. So I started becoming very vocal. Since I'm a university professor, I'm quoted in the press. I make it very, very sharp. People laugh at me. This crazy guy, don't understand any business, any banking. He keeps talking loud about something which cannot be done at all. Poor people need jobs, not money. I started answering that question. I said, money is more important than job. That became another root of my arguments. And I continue to do that. But for the time being, I'm saying not only banks should be made in a way that it should be focusing, started doing business at the bottom first and then gradually move up. To make it more focused, I started saying not only credit is important, it should be considered as a human right. People say, what bank loan has got to do with human rights? I said, everything. Right to live, right to shelter, right to health, right to health. These are recognized as human rights. You cannot achieve right to food, right to shelter, right to health, all these, unless you establish right to credit. The moment you have the right to credit, others will be established by themselves, by people themselves. You don't have to bring it from outside. Because credit leads to income. So that continued. I said, since bank doesn't give the money, why don't I create my own bank? So that is another route. We started with that $1 loan. Now I'm talking about creating my own bank. It took a lot of time. Finally, I created a bank for the village. Called it Village Bank. In Bangla, we call it Gramin Bank. That's the word you hear. Gramin means village, village bank. And I was very excited. And How do we get all this thing done? With all my students. I didn't have anybody else. My students loved those ideas. They were with me all the time. Continued with that. So it's established in the village. Then it started spilling over to the other villages and other villages. Soon we see it became nationwide bank. Everybody said, why do you do that? That doesn't do anything, this tiny little money, $5, $10, $20. That's not, I said, that's the beginning. First dollar is the most important dollar in everybody's life. But the world denies that money. What I'm doing, I'm just bringing that as a human right, that you can do that. As a bank, it's not a charity. Then I started arguing about the charity versus loan. I said, charity is a wonderful idea. Charity money goes out, does wonderful things. The money doesn't come back. So you have one time use your money. But if you invest and lend the money, and the person who took the money promises to pay you back with interest so that he can cover your cost. That's a fantastic opening. You can go thousands of miles with that. Nobody can stop you because money rolls back again and again. So use the same money over and over again. And I started saying, charity money has only one life. You can use the money once only. Money goes out, does a wonderful job, but never comes back. That's called charity. I say the same thing if I use it as a loan. I lend the money, I provided the funds, charge the cost of the operation, money comes back. Use it again. It does the same thing again. So you can expand and expand and expand. Reach out to millions and millions of people. It's very difficult to argue such things in the environment where banking means you have to be providing collateral. I said collateral is the wrong idea. It's a wall built to deny poor people access to bank. That's the only purpose. How dare you say that? I said, say it because I don't have collateral in my system. People take money, they pay me back. Oh, they will never pay back. I said, they have been paying back all my life. I have no problem. Oh, they will finally show you that you are not right because they will not pay you back. I said, I've been doing it for years. Many people are copying it. They are doing it for years. Just because you imagine something doesn't make it right. This is real. We do it every day. So that's another road opened up. Banking without collateral. I said collateral is just an excuse to refuse people financial services from the banking system. If it can work without collateral, why do you need a collateral? Then people say, oh, Bangladesh is a crazy country, funny country. You can get away with this kind of thing and people listen to you. I said, no, not Bangladesh alone. Now it's spreading in many countries. Right now, it's a funny thing. It's working in the United States. 35 major cities in the United States have Grameen program called Grameen America. They have over 200,000 borrowers, all women, 100% women. In Bangladesh, it's about 95% women. In the United States, 100% women, not a single man in the whole system. Last year, we lent out over $1.5 billion in tiny loans. In tiny loans in the United States means under $1,000. $500, $700, and so on. And expanding. Very soon, we'll be arriving at a situation we'll be lending out over $5 billion a year. That's the spread going. So this is, again, you're challenging the system to change the world. You cannot create a world with the same system. If you want to change the world, you have to change the system. There's no other option for you, no matter how you argue with it. If you go by the same road, you'll always get to the same destination. If you want to go to a new destination, you have to build a new road. So that became another issue. We continued with that, and when we have this system working in Bangladesh, we saw problems with children, healthcare, education. So we started adding these things. First thing we did about toilets. Poor families don't have any toilet. We said, if you are a Grameen Bank borrower, first thing we do, you must have a toilet. And we lend you money to build the toilet. They said, well, how do we pay it back? Don't worry. You pay a tiny, tiny little bit. So small that it doesn't bother you anymore. But over years, you'll pay us back the entire amount. So we built a company to produce toilet and install in every single house, the Grameen Bank family house. So toilet became an essential thing in Grameen families. And we had no problem with giving the money, spending the money, and getting the money back. Then we started giving them housing loans. Again, the same principle. We build the house, you build the house, we give the money, you pay over a long period. Then we started bringing healthcare through health insurance. You pay a tiny little bit, but you're covered under health insurance. Again, it pays it back. So we created lots of these little things, one after another. And in a sustainable way, in a financially sustainable way. They said, you must be getting lots and lots of foreign money to do all these things. I said, I don't take any foreign money at all. Grameen Bank resists foreign money. Many big international organizations wanted to give lots of money. I said, no, we don't need money. We have plenty of money. We are in a business. We generate our own money within a bank. Banking system is a very interesting system. It generates its own money. People come and put the deposits in the bank and use the money to give it to the people. And we are the most reliable bank in the whole country. We work in all the villages. People from the area, they come and put the money because no other bank. So we have lots of money coming in. Our problem is not shortage of money. Our problem was a surplus of money. They put the money in, but we don't know how quickly to expand your business because your business is fixed. It has to be poor women. They have a capacity to take money is limited. So it's a very reverse kind of experience. So this is one area. We created all these businesses. We created these programs, turned into businesses. Toilet business. So it became a commercial business. We produce toilet and sell it to borrowers. Healthcare became a separate business. Housing became a separate business. So along the way, we created many businesses. And people keep asking, how many businesses can you run? You must be making a lot of money. I said, yes. It brings the money back, but we don't want to make any profit out of it. Another debate began. Debate is, how can you run a business not to make money? Because in our textbook says, you must maximize profit if you want to be a business. And you're saying you don't want to make profit for yourself. I said, that's the difference. I'm saying, I don't want to make profit for myself. Business makes profit. Profits is rolled into the business to expand the business, to reach out to more people, provide more services. It's self-reliant businesses. That became a debate. That you cannot call a business. I said, I'm an economics teacher, so you don't have to define what a business is all about. It's a perfect business. Simply, I don't take the money off the business into my pocket. That's all. Then it turns not a business. You have to make money. That's the business. I said, no, that's not what it says. It says you have to make profit, not put it in your pocket. No, you have to put it in your pocket. So that debate went on. Big experts in economics started challenging the whole idea. I said, okay, it doesn't fit into your idea of business. This is a new idea of business. So I needed a name to define it as a new business. So I started calling it social consciousness-driven business. When I mention it several times, it looks too long for me. So I simplified it, call it social business. What is a social business? Social business is a business to solve problems rather than make money for yourself. Oh, then this is not a business. Business is not supposed to solve problems. Business is supposed to make money for yourself. I said, this is a new kind of business. Do you have a problem with that? If you have a problem, you don't go do it. I have no problem, I do it. So I created social businesses. And one after another, we created many, many social business, became nationwide businesses. Very interesting thing is, some international companies, global companies became interested in the concept of social business. They wanted to build social business, taking us as a partner. So we agreed. So we kept Danone, Uniqlo, and many other such companies. So another class of business created, social business. Said the world is stuck. And it cannot free itself from the old thinking. In old thinking, you are destroying this whole world for yourself. I said, old thinking has created old civilization, which you are going through. And I repeatedly underlined that the old civilization that we are going through, the present civilization that we are going through, is a self-destructive civilization. It will destroy everything. And that's the path we are going. If you want to survive as a human being on this planet, I said we have to create a new civilization, which will be, the features of new civilizations has to be very clear. First condition of the new civilization, the businesses should not be greed-driven. So greed part has to be squeezed out in the new civilization. Greed will destroy us. Why? Because whatever, all the things that we talk about, we promise as a government to see this is what we're doing. Our country is moving forward, our GDP is growing and all that. Growth rate is so high. So what? All the wealth this is generated gets concentrated in few hands. They become richer, richer, and richer. And we call it development, we call it growth, we call it fantastic economy. But that's, you are planting the seed of your self-destruction. Unless wealth is shared, you cannot sustain a society. Concentration of wealth equals concentration of power. And you start concentrating power and deprive the power for the people in the ground, that society will collapse sooner or later. That's it. This is one reason why the civilization cannot sustain. On top of it, we are destroying the planet through environmental side. We created the world where consumption is the king. You buy, consume, consume, consume. And in the process, create waste and waste and waste. If not anything else, the whole waste that we generate every day will put us into grave of waste. I said we have to redesign our lifestyle. Lifestyle is not about continuous process of creating waste. Life is about preservation. Life is about protection. So I continued on that. Then finally I came out with one idea, put it in a kind of capsule format. Said we have to create a civilization of 3 zeros. 3 zeros. 0 net carbon emission, 0 wealth concentration, 0 unemployment. And unemployment not because everybody has a job. the way I interpret unemployment, I said, human beings are not born to work for anybody else. The economic system that we are taught, is again put onto a wrong footing. We are asking everybody to find a job. Our education system is built around finding, so that you can get a job as soon as you finish your school. You get a certificate, you get a job. I said, human beings are very different from job seeker. First of all, human beings are not slaves. Slavery is not part of our destination. Job turns you into a slave. You take orders from other people. You are born as an entrepreneur. So I bring the entrepreneurship at the center. Every child has to grow up as an entrepreneur. Our schooling, our education system changed itself. You teach young people to become an entrepreneur, not to become a job seeker. So that is another clash between what we are promoting and what we are practicing in the outside world. I said, the young generation today is forget about the previous generation. Today's generation is so different. I keep mentioning to the young generation that you are the most powerful generation in the human history. And you are taking this most powerful generation and put them into work for somebody else. Take orders from somebody else. They're filled with ideas. If you free them. Now you're forcing them to get a job because otherwise they're going to survive. Because you have not provided those things. So that's where we say we have to be entrepreneurs. So 3 zeros. 0 net carbon emission, 0 wealth concentration, 0 unemployment. And then we started encouraging young people between 12-year-old to 35-year-old to create what we call 3-0 clubs. 5 young people get together, create a 3-0 club. What do? Each one of you transform yourself as 3-0 person. I do not contribute as a person. I do not contribute into carbon emission. I do not do anything which contributes to carbon emission. It's my lifestyle issue. I create a life where I don't do that. I do not create any waste. This is part of my commitment as a member of the 3-0 club. I do not practice anything which will lead to wealth concentration. 0 wealth concentration. I'll become an entrepreneur. I do not contribute to job seeking, working for somebody else. So these are the 3-0. I become a 3-0 person. So this is the direction I want to go. So these are the ideas that one led to another. This is not something happened isolated way. Each one linked to one. I mentioned to go back, concentrate on one village. I said, whatever you try to do, don't try to do overnight, change the world. You cannot do that. If you want to change the world, you start with your village. You start with your neighborhood. If you are successful with your neighborhood, then you have a chance to go to the next step and the next step. Life is about developing a prototype. If you build a prototype, the rest is easy. Replicate. Because you have basic structure, you're fixed up. That's how microcredit works. You build up the first unit. If the first unit works, you can make thousands and thousands of units doing the same thing. So don't start with a big thing. That's the wrong idea. Always start with the smallest thing possible. Figure out what the smallest thing is all about. And you do that. If you're successful with your smallest unit, you can conquer the world. The rest is easy. Just by repetition. So this is where we are right now and trying to see we can address the people's attention to change their views because the whole problem is created by the way we structured the civilization for ourselves. Unless we redesign it, we are stuck and we are finished. So that's the world we see. We have the alternative. It's not that it's a kind of terrible thing. It's not a terrible thing. Simply become aware. It can be done in a different way, in a better way, in a sustainable way. That's the direction we want to go. And that's where young people get excited because they have lots of creative ideas. Somehow we put a tab on it, put them under wrap, open it up, and young people dare to be themselves and get into a mission that we have to create a world so that the whole human community survives. Otherwise, we're in grave danger. So I'll stop here, and I guess I'm supposed to take some questions. I'll be very happy to do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. His Excellency, we've gained not only valuable knowledge, but also meaningful inspiration to pursue business with purpose, to ourselves, to the countries, and to our region as well. And now it's time to open the floor for Q&A before the photo session. Okay, so anybody, any questions are welcome. Please raise your hand for the question. Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, Your Excellency. My name is Jenny Starr. I am economic researcher specialized in international policy. First of all, thank you for your inspiring speech. It's quite meaningful for me. Today I have two questions. The first one is, nowadays there are many young generation who want to create a social impact, but they are struggle with funding, so they can't expand their social campaign. So in your opinion, how could they overcome this kind of challenge? And the second one is, as the leader of Bangladesh, do you think how the government sector could create a more friendly ecosystem for young innovators, especially in social enterprise? Thank you.
Well, the second question first, how to make it a friendly government, is very difficult. It's not easy. We are hoping, at least in Bangladesh, we can move in that direction. Because the people's perception in Bangladesh government is a kind of a terror machine. You create trouble for them. The purpose of the government is to create trouble, not solve your trouble, but to create new trouble for you. So if you see a government guy, you stay away from him. And that's completely counter to the whole idea of government. So it needs overhauling of great magnitude to make sure that you become, so when you see a government guy, you feel relieved that, okay, I have a government guy next to me. I'll be protected. It takes a lot of practicing, a lot of redesigning inside the government. Hopefully someday we'll be able to do that. On the question of finance, my entire story is about finance. And I'm saying that we are not waiting for money. See? We are not saying, give me some money. We have our stories after stories where we defended ourselves from billions of dollars of money coming to us. We said, please don't give us, don't destroy us. We are okay. So it has to be reversed. You should be generating your funds, creating things. And there I suggest the one idea, social business. CSR. Many companies have CSRs. We can go and describe to them. We're giving money, giving it away to help people. Why don't you invest in a social business fund so that people can take this money, create social businesses, and return the money into your fund, and you contribute to fund each year. It becomes big. You're not doing anything extra. Instead of giving it away, you're keeping it, and it's growing. And we benefit from it. Because companies are supposed to give it away. That's a CSR money. Simply you're saying you can do it other way. You can say, half the money you put in a social business fund, half you give it away. See which one works better for you. If you like this one better, gradually you'll pull all the money. And then you can, in addition, if you like it, in addition, you become a partner in a social business. Healthcare could be a fantastic social business. Everybody needs healthcare. And this is the most difficult thing to get in most of the countries. I said, why don't we create social businesses? During COVID-19, we have gone through a big fight, global fight, to make vaccine patent-free. Just patent-free. We're not saying give it free. Patent-free. Patent means you protect the right for yourself. You can charge any amount you want. It's a monopoly right. Take away monopoly. You sell the product at the price which you have to charge. Because it's a question of people's life. We had the global fight for this. Fighting taken to the WTO, because that's where final voting takes place. It needs every nation's concurrence. When everybody says yes, then only then it could be removed. In the final count, when after long battle around the world, final count, 10 countries stayed away, didn't vote. So patent stayed. As a result, COVID-19 vaccine went to rich countries in extremely high prices. Companies made billions of dollars, and they're gloating with happiness, giving big captions. So many billions of dollars earned by this, so many billions of dollars here. I said, that's a shame. You're making this money at the cost of people's lives. Many people, millions of people in the world didn't have access to vaccine because they will not allow this vaccine without patent right. If patent right was removed, many countries will produce this, and it will be available everywhere. So ever since we are campaigning pharmaceutical companies to become social business companies. Today you pay a penny for your medicine, in the production of that medicine, you charge to the consumer $1 for that. Nobody can stop that. It's a free market. So I said the only escape from that is to create social businesses. Where would the social business come from? From me and from you. If you agree, we do that. Nobody can stop us. It's a business. Only thing, we don't overprice it to make money for ourselves, because social business doesn't have any room for making personal money out of the business. So that's it. So this is the way to go. It can be created. Money should not be a barrier. It's a kind of, again, creative way of thinking how to make it possible. Make contracts with the people. I delivered this, you give me this, I deliver this. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And please feel free to engage with Professor Yunus. Thank you. Please. The lady in the middle, please also introduce yourself and your organization. ตรงกลางสุดขาวค่ะ
First of all, Salam Alaikum. Good afternoon, Prime Minister. I would like to have, I'm Fatima from Asia Medicare Group Company. We're running about the medical tourist business. I have the same question since I asked last Prime Minister, last time when they visit Thailand. I want to know about the bank system. When is gonna be developed or improve about bank to bank and increase this for more easier business between Thailand and Bangladesh. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's many examples are around the world how to create a new kind of bank, so social business bank. So microcredit banks are social business bank. We're not talking about you make money out of the poor people. We said create a social business bank. If you want to make money and still lend money to the poor people, that's fine. It's allowed. But better still, it could be a social business, so that you do that not to make money for yourself. You do that because you want to help people to transform their own lives and give it a thing. And we keep saying that, like in the universities, in the colleges where students come, I'm saying they should be entrepreneur. In every school, they should have a social business fund. So the students who will become entrepreneurs, they'll come with a business idea and go to the school fund to try it out, practice it. It's a tiny little model that they would like to do. And if it's successful, they can attract funding from other people. But the school should be able to provide this funding so that you can start a new idea while you're still in school. Because that's where you should be preparing yourself as an entrepreneur. And people say, Why should they do for social business? I said, at this time, I'm not saying it should be all social businesses. They can do money-making businesses too, but the fund should be there so that they can practice it. But I'll encourage young people to solve the problem of the world. They have to have a mission, purpose of life. Purpose of life could be, I will make lots of money. That's my purpose of life. Okay. But another purpose of life, I will change the world. Things that happen, they don't have to happen because I will come up with an idea which removes all these problems. And history will record that I made this thing, and as a result, the world has changed. People's life has changed. So give people challenges, young people challenges. Young people love challenges. But you're not doing that. All you're saying, get ready so that you know how to appear in the interview board, how you dress yourself, how you answer questions so that you impress, so that you get a job. We are not job seekers. We are human beings. We are full of entrepreneurial capability, full of ideas. That's what the education system should be. Thank you.
Thank you
so
very much.
much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, please. The lady in the front.
Sorry, I can't see anybody, so I hope there's some light in the middle.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. I'm Asleisha Karki. I'm representing Nepal for today's program as well. I had a question for you. It was really interesting when you said the 3 zeros, but something that struck even more to me was the part where you said 0% unemployment. So, you know, as a fellow young entrepreneur, I do think entrepreneurship is something we have to talk about more and get more people engaged. But at the same time, as an entrepreneur, I know I need a lot of help from fellow other members in the community as well. So could you elaborate a little more when you said we need to be more prone to entrepreneurship than employment? Thank you.
One is you're, as a young person going through this education or whatever experience you're going through, you're always thinking, what is that I'm going to do? Oh, I like this, and I'll become a CEO of this company finally. I enter the bottom, and I'll do that. I'm a very talented person. So that is very attractive. Or I see this problem. People work very hard, but they don't get the return that they should get because of the system, the banking, because of the system, the legal system. They're pushed away from the mainstream. So I'll create something so that they will go very easily with a happy life. I'll come up with an idea which will transform their life. If I can transform one human being's life, my life is worth living. If I can do it for many, many, of course, that's what I'll feel happy that I have done something which touched people's lives. Otherwise, I can do things, I make money, have a big, exciting life for myself, but people have nothing to do with you. You never held anything to do with anybody. So you have to choose which one you're looking for. So one of the purpose of education is to find your purpose. See, in the entire education system, there's nothing called what is the purpose of your life. They will make you expert in everything, but never ask the basic question, why I'm here? What am I supposed to do? Do I have choices? How do we choose my path? I think that will be the first question in the education system. The day you enter grade 1, what is the purpose of my life? And I search for it as I go. And I battle with my colleagues. I tell my colleagues, this is what I do. My friends in the class say, no, I want to do this. Other friends say, no, I want to do this. And my ideas keep changing. Next class, I'm much mature. I know what I want to do. But still, brighter ideas keep coming in the debates and so on. Because this is a fundamental question each class asks itself. And we record it. So the next year we read that, what we used to think about last year. Has anybody changed his mind? Yes, I've changed my mind. This is what I want to do. Record it. So as we go, how our minds develop. Ultimately, I have to find the purpose of my life. It's a very short period. It's not a long period. But within that short period, I have to achieve I have to reach the goal of my life. Making money cannot be a goal of life. But if you want, put it there. I want to make money. Go ahead. But you listen to others, what they want to do. I want to change the world. I don't like the way it happened this way. I don't like the way it I don't like the war. I don't like this. I want to create a world like this. That's what it will happen. Imagination. That's the key word for every young person. Imagine. Imagine the world that you want to have. Imagine what you want. That's the part of your growing up. By the time you're mature, you're ready to go, you have your ideas matured. If you imagine, whatever you imagine, it will happen. If you don't imagine, it will never happen. Imagination is a big part. That's the most important ingredient in every single human life. Imagination. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for the Q&A session, and big round of applause to His Excellency Professor Dr. Yunus for a wonderful keynote address. And also please remain on the stage for a photo session. And may I invite His Excellency Mr. Warawut Silapa Acha, Minister of Social Development and Human Security, the Kingdom of Thailand. Her Excellency Ms. Jirapon Singthuprai, Minister attached to the Prime Minister's Office. His Excellency Mr. Muhammad Tauhid Hossain, Honorable Advisor for Foreign Affairs of the Government of Bangladesh. His Excellency Indra Mani Pandey, Secretary General of BIMSTEC, and all the speakers from the BIMSTEC member states for both sessions. Please, all the speakers come up for the photo session. The BIMSTEC Young Gen Forum, where the future meets, co-hosted by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and TNN World. It's such a highlight that 7 BIMSTEC member states together represent over 1.7 billion people, accounting for nearly 23% of the world's population, forming a dynamic and expansive market full of investment opportunities across various industries. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Again, big round of applause to all the excellencies and speakers at the BIMSTEC Young Gen Forum, where the future meets. Thank you very much. Up next, we have 2 sessions of panel discussion, and now the speakers are all ready for the 2 sessions. We have now explored the broader vision of BIMSTEC and the power of regional cooperation. Let us now turn the attention to the real stories from young entrepreneurs representing all 7 BIMSTEC member states and each bringing their own unique approach to business and innovation. These are the change makers of today, building upon the strength, resources, and dreams of the countries. And today's discussion is divided into 2 panels. The first panel is about innovation and growth drivers. The first panel discussion will spotlight young entrepreneurs leading the way in innovation and regional economic growth. The speaker represents 3 key sectors. So Thailand representing connectivity, Sri Lanka representing science, technology, and innovation, and Bangladesh representing investment and development. So these sectors are the backbone of economic integration and technological advancement within the BIMSTEC region. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to welcome the speakers one by one. First, Thailand, Ms. Oranut Latsuwankit, CEO and co-founder of Texas Media Limited. And from Sri Lanka, Dr. Wasanta Lanka Tilaka, Senior Scientist, Sri Lanka Institute of Nanotechnology. And from Bangladesh, Mr. Fahim Uddin, Managing Director and founder of Garbage Man. Please welcome the 3 speakers onto the stage. Good afternoon. A very warm welcome to the 3 panelists. And now let's begin by hearing the business for each of you. Maybe the first question will be to introduce yourself for a little bit. Thank you very much. Please take a seat.
May I request the slide because I have prepared some of the photo that I can.
Thank you.
That many people can imagine that what we do and how we can support the ecosystem. So, first of all, I would like to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and also the BIMSTEC member to invite me to be the part of this amazing forum. Actually, it's very remarkable. It's one of the great opportunity that we have joining this session. So, first of all, I would like to start. The topic that I would like to mention today is related to the connectivities, how to use and leverage the connectivity to create the collaboration. But before we jump to this area, let me introduce who we are and what we do. So at Texas, we position ourselves as a tech ecosystem builder. When we mention about a tech ecosystem builder, some people might not know that what is it. Actually, we provide like an end-to-end service and solution to support all key stakeholders in tech ecosystem. For example, startup, the corporate, the policy maker, and academic side as well. We have a strong mission to drive innovation across this region, not just only in Thailand, but also across the BIMSTEC member and Southeast Asia as well. We have strong intention to attract the investment, come to Thailand, and at the same time would like to empower the local innovators and tech entrepreneurs in Thailand to grow regionally and globally. So when we mention about the end-to-end service and solution that I have mentioned before, let me break down into 3 phases what is our key activity and how we can support tech ecosystem, starting from awareness. Currently, it's quite hard for tech startup in Thailand to have the visibility. So we have the tech media to support the small people like them, to create more exposure, create more visibility for them, and at the same time help them to have the visibility at the global stage, because we also not just only Thai content, but we also cover the content in English as well. And the next step is we realize the importance of the community. Online is not enough actually. The face-to-face, offline community is very important. So we built TechSource Global Summit event, which is one of the largest tech conference right now in Southeast Asia, with 18,000 people from 60 countries come to Thailand and create the communities. And after that, the community will turn to be the connection. And after that, the connection will drive the collaboration. And this is the third part that I would like to emphasize, that how can we turn the collaboration to be the real action. We accelerating the startup in Thailand to help them to go regionally and globally to our accelerator program and many activities that we work closely with the big corporate and also the government sector. So we have like a three phase that how we support our community. And at the same time, we also connect with 40 countries all around the world to provide like a launchpad service to support Thai startup. And yeah, for the BIMSTEC member as well, we are really happy to support. And we not just only support Thai startup, but we would like to and very open to support happy to support the BIMSTEC startup as well. So back to the context that I would like to emphasize today, I believe that we cannot build the strong collaboration. We cannot build the strong collaboration without the strong connectivities. When we mention about the connectivities, mean it's not just only the physical connectivity. It's not about just the load or just the logistic part, but it's also including the digital connectivities. So physical and digital world should work and come together. So when we mention about that, it will separate into three components, how to drive the digital connectivities. The first one, let's start with the digital infrastructure. I think that this part, the government can collaborate and work together with another BIMSTEC member to provide, it's go beyond the internet actually, it's related to cloud computing. And in the near future, the 6G is coming soon, and we can use the AI technology to optimize the process, how to transfer and provide the digital infrastructure better than today. But the second layer, which is very important, and TechSource focus on this area, service and platform. We would like to encourage to have more collaboration between public and the private sector. At TechSource, one of the projects that we have done before is, as I mentioned, we help and support Thai government to help and support the local tech startup to work closely with city, how to turn the city to be the smart city. This is one of the projects that we trying to help the local startup. And the last part is people to people connectivities, because people is the heart of everything actually. If we have the technology, if we have the good tool, but if we lack the good mindset, how to use the technology, I think we cannot drive the good collaboration. So this is a key success factor that I would like to emphasize today, and would like to hand over to another panelist because they have the good thing to share as well.
Thank you very much. Now I think we get a glimpse of TechSource media, and now let's hear Sri Lanka Institute of Nanotechnology from Dr. Wasantha, please.
Okay, very good afternoon to all of you. And thank you very much for the BIMSTEC committee for inviting me for this event. And I am very happy to be here and very happy to discuss about this representing sector. It is science, technology and innovations. So if I tell you about me and what I am doing, I'm working as a senior scientist in a R&D Research and Development Institute. So it is Sri Lanka Institute of Nanotechnology. So we are trying to solve issues, problems in the industry. So our organization is a PPP organization, private-public partnership for solving issues in the industry, not only in Sri Lanka, but throughout the world. So in our case, actually what we do, we get queries from questions, issues from clients, so that means the industrial people. If they have questions about like the development of current process or the product or totally new product development idea, so we are happy to take those questions. And we have different R&D pillars in our institute. So if I say like as examples, we have one pillar for agriculture research, another pillar for textiles, another pillar for natural products, so another one for minerals, energy sector. Likewise, we are covering almost all the areas. So at the moment, what we are not doing is AI and the machine learning area we are not covering. So everything else actually we can provide the service. So here actually what we basically do, we get those questions, we send them to our scientific panel. So I'm also in that panel, so as a senior scientist. So we look at that question and we are trying to come up with a solution. So we discuss with the client how we are going to solve that issue or how we are going to make that new product. So if the client is going to be like agreed with the proposal, then we start. So there will be monthly payments for the project duration, but our goal is to come up with a new IP, so the intellectual property. So at the end of the project, if we are going to come up with a valuable IP, maybe a patent, or maybe a company secret, or maybe a know-how, a new one. So we have a different team, technology transfer team. We transfer all the information about the IP to the technology transfer division. Then they come up with a calculation how to cost this IP. So then there will be a price for that IP. So then we sell that IP to the particular organization where we got that query. So basically that's what we are doing. So here I will just show you one slide. So in this forum, actually, I was thinking to share this idea with all of you, as you all are like entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs. So here, what I wanted to highlight is like when we discuss with our clients, actually, I have identified some of the issues they have. So it's like if the industry is like driven with innovation, science, technology, and the innovation, then there may be like high-tech analytical service required. So in that case, for some kind of analytical services, as one example, you have a sample. You want to prove how much of your sample is natural. So because you know, like when we do products, we are mixing a lot of stuff, synthetic stuff, natural stuff. So if there is a requirement to prove it, like how much of your sample is natural, then I don't know whether you know where to go, where we can do that analysis. So that is one thing I have seen, like these young entrepreneurs, so the beginners have these type of issues. So and secondly, you have a new product development idea. So it's a great idea if you make that product, but you don't know where to go, to like which organization you have to collaborate to come up with that new product. And the third one I understood is the capital investment of the instruments. So because we know, like the well-established companies, they have their own laboratories. They can spend like whatever the amount for the instruments. But for beginners, actually, it is difficult. Like they cannot get these sophisticated instruments. Like we cannot spend billions, maybe dollars, to buy electron microscope. So in that case, actually, what we have to do, we have to go and find a place where we can get the service for a little amount of for a low price, right? So in that case, actually, I was thinking when we look into the BIMSTEC area countries, so like Thailand, India, like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, all these countries, we are experts in some areas. So as example, in Sri Lanka, we have this nanotechnology institute. So we are expert in nanotechnology. So likewise, if we look into other countries, we may have like that type of expertise, like special expertise in each of our countries. So we can like discuss among BIMSTEC countries, and we can have a hub for the science and technology innovation services, right? So advanced institutes can combine, and we can have a like we can get all the services under one umbrella. So maybe it's a digital platform, maybe like a website. So we can go there. The first one I propose is this analytical service providing platform, and the other one is for the R&D work. So like if we like take all the institutes into one place, we can go and see like what type of tests are there, so what are the costs, so what's the time for the report generation, so to whom like we need to send these queries. So likewise, we can understand all the information by looking at the website. So then we can connect with that institute, and we can transfer the sample, then get the result very easily for a very low price, right? So similarly, we can do this R&D or the contract research work. So we have to have a website where we can post our requirement. So when we post our requirement, these institutes, these contract research organizations should be notified via email or by message. So then those people can look into that matter. If we can come up with a real solution, then we can connect with the particular client and we can provide the service. So I think in the BIMSTEC region, it's valuable. We have to consider this maybe in near future, having these type of like hubs. So yeah. So actually, I was having another slide, but if it is going to limit the time, I will just stop at this point.
Sure, thank you very much. And that's Lintech, Sri Lanka Institute of Nanotechnology. Let's hear more from the founder of Garbage-Man from Bangladesh, please.
Yeah. Can I have
the slide?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Fahim. I'm the founder and CEO of Garbage-Man, and we are an impact-driven social enterprise where we transform waste into resource. By profession, I'm an architect. I was trained as an architect, but then I decided that the city needs more important problem to solve. So that's why I kind of shifted my career to become a waste management guy. This is the landfill in Dhaka, where all the waste are going and ending there. And every day we are producing 6,500 tons of waste. So that's a huge problem, as Professor Yunus was saying, that we are planning to go towards a zero waste and zero carbon emission country as a whole. So landfilling is a linear process, right? There is no recovery of waste. That's where the struggle starts. And at the same time, this whole industry is dealt by informal sector where there is labor law issues, safety equipment issues, and et cetera, et cetera. But then, if you look at nature, there is nothing called waste. Nature recycles its own elements, its own pace. So in the waste stream, there are a lot of materials that can be recycled, recovered, and repurposed and made into something usable and reusable, right? And then it is a business, end of the day. There is an economy behind it. So that's what we're calling circular economy. That's why we're saying the waste is being wasted because of the landfill. So that's what we are trying to solve. And now, just converting waste into resource, that's not it. We have to really address how do we do it. Are we using child labor? Are we exploiting the laborers in the process? That's the ethical part, and we are using technology to make the process transparent and data-driven. So currently, we are working with plastic. That is our focus right now, where we are converting plastic waste into PSF, polyester fiber, and we are working with H&M to have that in the mainstream. So we have created some urban collection system. We are working with the informal sector. We created a network of scrap dealers. We are training them. We are giving them different set of health gears. We are going for small credit loans as well for them to solve their working capital problem. So yeah, we have a small facility. We are not that big yet, but the plan, we are in a growing stage right now. So we are thinking of scaling up. But this is where the future is, where we have integrated the digital platforms. We are making dashboard. So all my clients, all the people can see how much waste they have produced, how it is being recycled. So everything is transparent and in this dashboard. So yeah, these are some traction we did. We have served a lot of corporates, and we also do project development with different NGOs to set up a waste management system in rural areas of Bangladesh. So yeah, we are transforming waste into resource, and we look forward to have a collaboration, knowledge sharing, and technology sharing within the BIMSTEC group, and create more positive impact.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And now we know more of you, and we can imagine what the future embraces of the three organizations. As much as time allows, I'm going to combine the 2 points that we discussed earlier. So could you provide an advice for young entrepreneurs who would like to start a business driven by innovation and also have an ambition, to be on a world stage? Please get some advices and also some thoughts, some wisdom from you.
From my opinion, actually, like as I mentioned before, technology and digital, it's just the two actually. So some people have a misunderstand that, oh, we should focus from technology first, but actually it's not like that. You should understand what is the real pain point, what you are trying to solve, who is your main customer, whether they are B2B or B2C. You need to do like interview the customer and try to understand what is the real pain point. And after that, the solution will come after. So once you have solved when you have provided solution, after that, the next step, if your customer have been willing to pay, so at that moment, the way how to do the monetization, the business model, also really important as well. So technology is just a part of it, but you should start with what is the real customer pain point, what are you trying to solve, who is your customer, and another one is business model, which is very important. Whether you want to be in your country or want to scale to the other country, you need to start and validate your business model again and again.
Yes, and once we have all those characteristics, in order to go farther, on a world stage and having such kind of ambition, what kind of wisdom or way of thinking or codes of conduct that you should have? Would you like to share your thoughts as well?
For me, I think that I really would like to refer to Professor Yunus that he mentioned about the purpose. But another part that I would like to emphasize is especially for the young generation. I think many people they stop when they are facing the new challenge, once they face the new problem. But actually, I would like to encourage that the problem is a part of our life. Everyone have to face many crises. Like for me, Tom Yam Kung, the first time that my family facing this kind of the situation like almost 25 years ago. The second time is a COVID situation. And yes, and last time is last week, right? Yes. The earthquake that currently some of my staff also still have like some the mental health problem at this moment. So I think that we face many crises all the time, but how can we turn the crisis to be the real opportunity? So the most important thing that we should have is grit, G-R-I-T, grit. It's go beyond the purpose. It's the part that once you facing the challenge, you will know the way how to overcome that situation, how to overcome that challenge. And I believe that with the grit, you can survive and trying to and can scale your business to the next step.
Thank you very much. That's very insightful and knowledgeable. Let's hear from Dr. Wasanta as well. The advice from the very beginning until you reach the world stage.
Yeah. So in that case, like I will just start with that the question you asked, like about if the business is run through like innovations. So like. From as a R&D person, like I'm looking through that type of things from the angle of like scientific angle, right? So if I look into that matter, actually, if it is driven by innovation, I will say you think about the IP protection. So because if it is an innovation, that means it may be your idea or maybe some of your friends' idea. So that idea is going to generate the value for your business or the industry, right? So think about like how are you going to protect that intellectual property. So because innovation means something new. So if someone is going to copy that one, then you are going to lose your business. Maybe after few years, maybe the same product or the service going to be everywhere. So then there will be a very big competition because you haven't taken action to protect the intellectual property, right? So in that case, actually, you can think about like, am I applying for a patent? I'm going to take a patent rights for this one, or I'm going to keep it as a company secret or the know-how. So I can give you one example. So taking patent. So as a scientist, I always like to get a patent. So my name is going to be there then. So it's going to be in my records. So I always like to get patents because we can, by showing the patent, we can make a demanding value for my product. But at the same time, I will tell you something we need to think about that one also. If you look at Coca-Cola, so we know it's a world number 1, 2 brand. So if we look into that one, the Coca-Cola recipe is a secret. There is no patent for that one. So it stay as a company secret. So they don't want to get a patent for that one because even they get the US patent for that. After 20 years, it will be available in the public domain. So you cannot avoid that one. Patent will go into the public domain. After 20 years, anyone can copy Coca-Cola, right? So if you are thinking about science, technology, innovation-driven business, then the very first thing you need to think about how you are going to protect your IP. So, yeah, at the same time, when you start that business, think about a correct party to collaborate with. Correct party means I am talking about a scientific body or the technology service providing body, because you don't know at which point you are going to get a problem. So you should have a troubleshooting group, troubleshooting collaborator. So think about a correct party to collaborate with. So they should have real capacity to troubleshoot when you get any issue regarding this technology or the science, because it's evolving every day. So you cannot stay at the same point. So you should have that type of party for the collaboration. And also think about the scalability. Maybe it's really innovative. You are making that product very nicely and demand is very high. But according to the technology you are going to use, it's not that much scalable. So we have to think about that one also. So these things I'm saying because we are working with a lot of business people or the industries day by day. So we have seen these issues in their industries. They have very nice ideas, but scalability is a problem. So we have prepared the prototype and now everyone is agreed to produce that one, but no technology or maybe no resources to make it in a very high scale. So we have to think about this stuff also.
Yes. And also further steps to make young entrepreneurs, aspiring to go in a global scale. Any wisdom or thoughts?
Yes, actually, if you are thinking about the global market, so if you want to hit the global market, so then what I think is, it's we need to think about something about a unique thing. So think about your country, where you are coming from. So as an example, if I say I'm from Sri Lanka, so what can I give to the world showing the Sri Lankan name, what is unique? So I will say, just as an example, cinnamon. So Ceylon cinnamon is the most famous cinnamon around the world. So if I come up with a new product with cinnamon, as example, these days we are doing some experiments and we are getting some good results. We are making some extract out of cinnamon to use as an anti-diabetic medicine, right? So if we make it success and if we can take it to the world, then there is a story behind. So we have a story behind that product. So if you are thinking about something new, think about something very unique to your region, then you can make that marketing point, that story will be there. And also at the same time, I will say, try to prove the concept through the science. So again, if I take the same example as I mentioned, cinnamon, we are using it as for the cooking purpose and as the flavoring purpose. So we are using cinnamon. Other than that, if we look into that one, there are cinnamaldehyde, a molecule. So there are polyphenols, a group of molecules which can act as anti-diabetic agents. So if we can prove there are those molecules, and scientifically if we can prove these molecules can regulate the blood sugar levels, then actually the market is open. So otherwise, if we think about the BIMSTEC region, in the region we have traditional medicinal practices everywhere. So like almost all the countries, we have our unique recipes. So we know it's working. But the problem is if we go to the, like maybe to USA, like the world market, the global market, they are looking for some kind of scientific evidence behind that. So though we say this is like traditional, now like 100 years we have used this one, 1,000 years we were using this, but still there is some kind of confusion. Is it really working? So in that case, actually, it's better if we can collaborate with the research organization. These contract research organizations are there, I think, like everywhere in the BIMSTEC region. So we can collaborate with the relevant party and get some scientific evidence about the concept we are going to sell. So then it will be very easy to hit the global market.
Yes.
Let me to add something that it is a good tip for the entrepreneur who want to expand outside our country. The first one is you might need to find a local partner in the specific market that you would like to expand. But it's quite hard for like small startup like us to find a local partner. So one of the another method that I have done before is we have our investor, we have a venture capital, we have our shareholder or some of the corporate venture capital who already have the presence in that market. So you can ask them that, if I want to expand to this market, do you have any advice? So trying to leverage your board and your shareholder, and they can give you the advice. For example, like in Thailand, the corporate venture capital are very strong. In Thai market, for example, like SCG, K-Bank, they are mini bank in Thailand, also have the other presence in other country. So they can help and support tech startup to expand to the other country if you know how to how you can add value for them and let them bring you to that market. And they can help because they have many startups in their portfolio. So they can connect you with another startup company in that market, so you can find a strategic partner from this kind of the method.
Right. Thank you very much for sharing your tips and techniques, and thank you, Dr. Vasantha, as well. Let's hear from Mr. Fahim, please.
So I'm not going to go technical because I don't want to, and I don't have the expertise of the investment and scientific analysis of things. I will keep it very simple. It starts with a purpose, yes. It starts with why you want to do it, of course. But then you start with the why, but then do you want to keep on going with it? That's where the persistence comes in. That's where the connection between the cause and the purpose and what you feel that unites your resilience for going through the process. Entrepreneurship is not easy. Let's just simplify this. It's of course it's dreamy that I want to be CEO, I want to expand 10x, 20x, but the journey towards that, it gets difficult every day. It doesn't get easy. So having persistence and having that mindset of growth, collaboration, that's something you have to have in your suit to adapt with the challenges. And the global market, right now, like the way we started, when I started the company, I was searching like who are the other players doing this in elsewhere. I was trying to reach out to them, shoot emails that, I want to start something like this in Bangladesh. I see you doing all these in Netherlands, etc., etc. Out of 15 emails, probably I got replies of 2. But then I capitalized on those 2. I exchanged more information, got their knowledge and etc. Then we had a collaboration.
Yes.
From Dhaka, I contacted TU Delft in Netherlands, and then we had a research collaboration, and master students came in Dhaka to see how we are doing waste management, and they also brought some technologies. So collaboration is the key, but going in a different market, expanding, that's kind of not where I am at the moment, but I am planning. So you have to make good friends, network, build your network, see what is happening outside, and then maybe plan accordingly. But one thing first, you start small and then you expand on it. Prototyping is the game.
Yeah, thank you for sharing such useful, insightful tips, techniques, and also thoughts and codes of conduct as well. I'd like to open the floor as well to hear more from the participants. So if any of you have any question, please engage with the panelists, with the speakers. All questions are welcome. So any questions at all, please raise your hands and we have all the staff accommodating you. Okay, yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I am Vattana. I'm from Young Entrepreneur Chambers of Commerce from Thailand. And as you can share your business model, and I would like you to, can you share about the challenges you face and how do you solve it, like when you build a company? Thank you.
Yes, who would like to start first? Challenge and how you solved it.
I think the biggest challenge I faced is during the COVID situation. At that time, I think that I cannot pass that situation by myself. The team is the most important thing. So how to motivate? Because my background is an engineer, and actually, like, I'm not good in parts of the people management actually. But once you are the founder, you have to do everything by yourself. You have to learn about the financial management, cash flow management, and at the same time, you have to upskill about how to deal and work with the partner, how to deal with your key stakeholder, and also employee is really another key important stakeholder. So the motivation during the COVID-19 is very tough, and at the same time, also have to deal with the board and then also shareholder that how can we pass that situation. And right now, I think is from the it's not the biggest challenge, but I make a lot of mistakes actually throughout the past 15 years that I'm as an entrepreneur. But the most important thing is, as I mentioned, the failure is a part of our life. So if we don't learn anything from the failure and trying to make it mistake again and again, I think it will be the big problem. So the most important thing is trying to learn how to overcome that failure. What is the key lesson learned that you learn from that experience, and after that try to cover and don't repeat the failure again. So this is one of the most important things that I have get from during the COVID-19.
Yeah, all the perseverance and the mindset of not giving up. Yeah, amid the crisis. And any one of you, please?
According to, like, recently I am saying the CEO is Chief Everything Officer.
Yeah.
You have to deal with everything, right? From finance, fundraising, managing the team. So you see the cause. I want to solve this problem. This is how I'm going to solve it. But the question that you asked to Professor was the correct one, that if everybody is becoming entrepreneur, that's who's going to be in the team and who's going to have the common vision and work for it, right? So having the team with the right mindset of people, delegating the work so that you have a clear vision of the growth and everything, that is where the challenge is. Once you crack the team, rest of the things, every day there will be a new challenge to solve for you. But as long as you have the engine as the team, you will thrive. So, yeah.
Yes, thank you. Please.
Okay, so if I tell you something about like the way I am working, so as I mentioned, like it's a R&D organization. So we are doing contract research for any kind of business or the organization. So what we have faced as a major challenge is like people come to us to get our service. So the thing is like, just think about like they are thinking about a new product. So we are at the very first stage. We are doing a project. We don't know whether this is going to be a success story or it's going to be a failure. It's the nature of R&D. So everything in science, whatever the thing we do, it's not going to give you a result. So all science start with that point. So we will create a hypothesis. Hypothesis will be pass or fail. If it fail, then nothing to do. We have to come up with a new hypothesis and test that hypothesis. So that's how we do. So the thing I wanted to emphasize is, when we get a client, if he is not going to get what he's going to get at the end, so he's like little bit hesitate to put money on the research. So, but there is nothing to do. The thing is, we have to educate the people. This is the only way if we want to go to the top level. R&D is the must, and the industry should understand the final results is going to be maybe 1 or 0. So that's, we don't know. So, because like without doing the test, we cannot say the result. So we have to do the test, we have to develop the product, and at the end we will get to know this is working this way. So otherwise, other than doing it without, there is no any other way to, like we can do a prediction, a scientific prediction, but in reality we don't know whether it's going to work exactly as they expected or not. So that's a major challenge. So we have a different arm called the business development team. Actually, nowadays we have started the program to go to all the industries and like introduce this concept, like, because if in Sri Lanka like country, or I think in our region, actually the people have no money to like just to put and see whether they are going to get something. So because they like to spend money if they are going to get something, like they can sell at the very high markets. So that's the thing. So in some, if you look at like USA or another country like that, they spend a lot of money. So whatever the results they are going to get, whether it is 0 or 1, they spend money and see whatever the thing they get. So, but in our countries, actually, we have no money just to waste. It's not a waste, actually, but people think it's a waste. So, yeah, that's one of the major challenge we have faced.
Yes, and that's very valuable insights. These panelists explaining, showing, and sharing their experiences about how to start a business driven by innovation, and more importantly, how to maintain, how to preserve, and how to go further and further to the world stage. And that's innovation and growth driver of the first panel discussion. Let's give a big round of applause to all the speakers from Thailand, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. Kun Oranut Suwankit from Texas Media Limited, Dr. Wasanta from Slintech, and Mr. Fahim from Garbage Man. Thank you very much. It's very insightful. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue on to the second session. The second session is sustainability and human development, and this panel will focus on sustainability and inclusive growth, featuring speakers from Myanmar that will reflect agriculture and food security, from Bhutan, environment and climate change, from Nepal, people to people connectivity, and from India, reflecting security. Please allow me to welcome the next group of speakers from Myanmar, Ms. Yin Min Han, Vice President, Myanmar Young Entrepreneurs Association. Mr. Sanjok Bishwa, co-founder and CEO of Sakar Dairy. Nepal, Ms. Ashlisha Kargi, Deputy Managing Director of Hotel Meishi Crown from Nepal. India, Mr. Pranav Bajaj, CEO from Netherlands. Thank you very much. Good afternoon once again. Thank you very much for your time, and welcome to Bangkok, Thailand as well. First of all, let's get to know you a little bit more. Can you introduce yourself a little bit before we go further into the questions, please? Thank you.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, also the distinguished guests from the BIMSTEC country. So, I'm Miss Yumehan from Myanmar. So, I'm acting as a vice president from Myanmar Young Entrepreneur Association. So, I'm taking care of the international relationship sectors and SME development committees. So we are closely working for the local SME to promote all the business and sustainability. So before I introduce my family business, I would like to show my deep gratitude to all the BIMSTEC countries and also the Thai and entrepreneurs who shows all these the kindness and all this helpful statement to the current tragic situations in Myanmar. So all kind of aids, medical aids, and all the rescue thing they are sending to my country is really helpful, and then like we do appreciate for all these. Even in the kind of a message, we get a lot of the encouragement currently. So we feel like we are not suffering alone, and I would like to show my gratitude in this section. So. And to tell more about my family business, I'm the second generation owner. I'm managing two companies. There is one is like piling construction and infrastructure development that currently the really hot topic in Myanmar, like all these the earthquake related with the foundation of buildings, and then like all these engineering technology. So we started since 1996, so it's already like a 30 years family business, and I'm the second generation owner. So we mainly focus on the 100% precast technologies that we cooperate with the Thailand technology in the previous 10 years ago, and we developed affordable housing that really needs fulfill the demand of the affordable housing complex in Myanmar. So we also focus on the infrastructure like the river crossing bridges and flyovers. So that is the main infrastructure, the transportation also in Myanmar. So we are mainly focused on engineering. Another one is I'm the managing director of the traditional medical balm that we produce for like more than 20 years. And then, but during the COVID time, I rebranding, repackaging, and innovation to the SM innovation of the whole branding, and then start distributing the whole country. So as a women lead, all these the businesses are the women lead a business currently, and then like I mainly focus on the collaboration with the women influencer, women lead another business, and then I would like to promote and then all these women-led business in Myanmar. So there's my main current focus and current purpose to promote, because in Myanmar, culture is more like a male dominant in both engineering and both manufacturing. So to promote the women-led business, I would like to collaborate all these the women-led business, even in terms of the media cooperation, branding, marketing, all these the collaboration. I personally choose the women-led business to promote all these opportunities for our young entrepreneur women.
Yes, thank you. That makes us know you more as Myanmar Young Entrepreneurs Association as well, and our thoughts and praise with Myanmar as well throughout these difficult times. Okay, thank you. Let's move on to Bhutan. Mr. Sandra, can you talk about the Sagar Dairy, please, and all the slides that will show?
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us here to discuss future. I am Sanjok. I'm an entrepreneur. and a co-founder of Serkar Dairy Private Limited, a company that partners with dairy farmers to produce high-end dairy products and to enhance their livelihood. Serkar is the journey of how small dairy startup is striving to transform Bhutan's dairy sector through sustainable dairy value chain. So we are the key stakeholders to connect dairy farmers with the premium market. So our journey was in Bhutan, there was no high-end dairy products producing. So most of the dairy products were imported. So we found that to bridge that gap, so there was a nutritious, high nutritious product that was required in the market, and even the traditional practice of farming was still there. Okay, so we are not so commercialized. So in that stage, then we thought that we come in as an entrepreneur to solve that problem. So then we started a small dairy. So we have a small 2 dairy plant in Bhutan. So
you want to go back to the slide?
Yeah,
please go back.
So since the Bhutan is a lead country for sustainable development, so I just wanted to align what we are doing with what Bhutan is building. Okay? So you must have heard about Gelifu Mindfulness City. I'm sure most of you must have heard about that. So Bhutan is trying to build a very unique and exciting project to integrate economic growth with ecological and cultural integrity. So in fact, since I'm sure there are so much many investors here also who wish to know more about Bhutan, what we are doing. Of course, my journey as an entrepreneur would be later on during the question and answer session. I would, in fact, love to highlight more on that. But just to take this opportunity to introduce what Bhutan is doing. So we are trying to embark on very unique and exciting urban development project, which is, where there will be integration of biological corridors, farmlands, sustainable urban infrastructures. So all this will be coming up on this Gelifu Mindfulness City. Okay? Yes. So this is to align with our most famous quote, gross national happiness philosophy, that will integrate economic with growth with ecological and cultural integrity. So this city will be designed for future. In fact, since we came here for discussion for the BIMSTEC region, so BIMSTEC would be very relevant. So this city will serve as an economic hub to current market access challenges. We are talking about business scalability. In the region that due to small population and then so much of European dominated world. So in that perspective, I think this city will serve as an economic hub to connect all this Southeast Asia and South Asia. So this particular city will be now just to give an information, in the foundational stage. Yes. So we are trying to now, build some international airports and all this. So that's it.
Thank you very much, making us know more about the country and also the sector as well. Let's hear from Nepal, Ms. Ashleisha, Hotel Meishi, Crown, Nepal, please.
Thank you. Good evening, honorable delegates and fellow entrepreneurs. My name is Ashleisha, and today I want to talk to you about my journey, not just as a young entrepreneur from Nepal, but as someone who knows that if there's a possibility, you do not need permission. You can just act on it. So I started my journey back when I was 20 years old. COVID had just hit. I came back to Nepal, to my hometown, finished my semester online of my undergrad, and I was clueless what I should do next. I had no idea where I should go next. So back then, my father had just invested in a hotel at the further eastern region of Nepal. It was the first of its kind there, the first 5-star deluxe property for Nepal itself as well. So when we embarked on our journey and COVID hit, we took it less of a challenge and more as an opportunity. So we took the time to revision what a hotel is like. I took that challenge and I decided that I want this hotel to be more than just rooms and revenue. It needs to take on its potential and talk more about what we can do as an entire country in the region of hospitality. So when we started our property, our mindset was actually just a single market, which was supposed to be the gaming industry. We started as a casino-based property, but through strategy and working alongside our team, we decided on embarking on a new revenue department, which was the destination weddings that we were going to target from our neighboring countries like Bhutan, India, and Bangladesh. Today, at this point, our hotel is not only the leading hotel in the country for destination weddings, we are also leading in gaming tourism and now embarking into corporate retreats. And I think this journey of mine has not only taught me what to do as a leader, how to shape strategies, and how to work as a manager or as the deputy managing director, it has also embarked and allowed Nepal to see its own future in terms of tourism, that we are so much more that when we collaborate with our neighbors. And I think BIMSTEC as a region is an amazing platform for us to start that journey, very similar to what I did as well. And in regards to other family businesses, we are also starting our green energy. As you all are pretty aware, Nepal has two main GDP contributors. One is tourism and hospitality industry, and second, we're trying to target green tourism as well as green energy. So hydropower is another one which I also think I'm quite passionate about due to sustainability. So, you know, moving forward, I hope to take this platform and this opportunity to talk more on collaboration, more on people-driven development, and how all of us combine, not just through infrastructure and trade and technology, but even through people, we can grow as an entire region. Because technology, trade, they do scale development, there's no question to that. But I think it's us and our relationships that sustain it through the years. Thank you.
Thank you, very inspiring. And from hospitality, let's hear healthcare, Pranav Bajaj from Netherlands.
Thank you so much. How much do you think a second is, right? Not much. Sometimes we spend it and don't even realize it. However, time is very relevant in the industry that I work in, that is emergency response services. Hi everyone, I'm Pranav Bajaj, the co-founder and CEO of Medulance. We're an organization in the emergency response space focused around medical transportation, ambulatory care services. We started about 8 years back. We saw a challenge in India. The industry was very unorganized, unresponsive, unregulated. Not only was it difficult for people to get access to emergency response, there was a huge problem when it comes to awareness as well. People did not know who to reach out to when help is needed. Because it's not a service you need every day. We book groceries, food on a day-to-day basis, but we don't need an ambulance every day. So in a lot of cases, we don't have a recall as to who to reach out to. So that was a big challenge that we had to solve for. Also, another problem in our country, especially, and I'm sure, within the BIMSTEC region, we face that as well, is the quality of trained EMTs or trained nurses. And that acted as the biggest challenge in also people not getting access to timely response. So we had to find solutions to ensure that we can get access to emergency help within the golden hour. And, we started Medulance in 2017, I would say, with a mission to ensure that help should be given when it matters the most. The company also has a mission to ensure that emergency response becomes universally acceptable and affordable. We follow values in terms of integrity, innovation, accountability, and quality excellence. I would say over the last 8 years, we have a subscriber base about 8 million people on our platform. We have a fleet of about 15,000 ambulances in more than 100 cities in India. We answer about 8,000 calls on a day-to-day basis, ensuring that people get timely help. We've been recognized by Forbes, Fortune magazine, as some of the platforms, but we are very proud of the National Startup Award that we won from the Government of India in 2022. Just to tell you more about what we do, we had to find solutions which are relevant to India for that matter. So we started stationing our ambulances at commercial residential facilities. Right now we are in a commercial hub for that matter. So there'll be an ambulance that's stationed right outside providing emergency response in less than 5 minutes to any emergency within the place itself, which is not possible through an on-demand model. And with this we learned more about how to manage ambulances, worked on pre-hospital care, even processes that we could improve on the go. The next step was how can we integrate technology? So we launched a smart ambulance in collaboration with Reliance Jio in India. This is an ambulance that allows you to relay patient data directly from the ambulance itself to the emergency rooms of hospitals. So what this does is basically a patient in the ambulance, his data can be shared real time with the hospital so that the hospital is more prepared about the incoming patient. And the emergency doctor at the hospital can also give more life-saving instructions to the paramedic while the patient is in transit. This is just a snapshot of how our technology platform looks in terms of data sharing. Then we also established clinics. We run about 50 medical rooms in the country. We manage biomedical waste, do about 7,500 consultations on a day-to-day basis. We also manage emergency response for leading corporate organizations like Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, whose employees are covered under our model. So they can reach out to us anytime to get access to emergency help. Today we work with about 150 companies across the board. The idea is to provide 100% assurance of getting your call answered, dispatching an ambulance within minutes to provide an overall response time, I would say, of approximately 15 to 20 minutes in metro cities in India and about 20 to 25 minutes in tier 2, tier 3 cities today. Another area that we've started working on is, as I said, trained manpower is a big problem. So we launched the Medulance Healthcare Academy, which is a foray into paramedical training. Till date, we've trained more than 10,000 delivery personnel in India. We follow all protocols laid down by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. We've also got accreditation from the government. I would also like to tell you that, not only have we launched this academy, we also set the Guinness Book of World Records for training the maximum amount of people at a single venue. There's about 40,000 people at one venue in Mumbai in India. We also do a lot of public-private partnership work in collaboration with government entities. So we manage emergency response on behalf of the Indian government in different states in India. They outsource it to us. We run end-to-end services for the government. We also try to integrate technology. So, the public-private partnership comes together. And I would say that's where we can also collaborate more within the BIMSTEC region. In some countries, I feel that, we can transfer knowledge and we have a lot to learn from someone like Thailand, whose EMS system I myself, try to follow. Then we do more work within the country itself. This is how the entire platforms that we run across the board come together to find solutions across our target market. Just a quick snapshot, we do about 20,000 ambulance dispatches every month. We service about 15,000 emergency cases every month, provide an average response time of 15 minutes and a 3-minute dispatch time. This is the name of some of our partners that we work with across the board. The idea is also to find collaboration in different countries. I would just like to, close by saying that a wise man once said that next to giving birth, the finest thing a man can do is save one, and I think we shouldn't give up on that. Thank you.
Thank you. I can see that all of you here have so much exposure, so much experiences in your business. So how do you perceive the opportunities within the BIMSTEC market, and also your advice towards entrepreneurs here for starting a business or getting into business opportunities within BIMSTEC market? Please.
So to start, to tell more about the opportunity, I would like to say that opportunity is like everywhere. Whether in the war situations, there is a business opportunity. The main thing is whether you think like this is the risk or this is the opportunity. So try to find the positive thinking and then find the opportunity even in the middle of the crisis. And then you can find the business opportunity when you try to find the problem solving of each and every people. Because this is you just don't think about to get many, but to try to solve the problem of the others people, especially in the daily life. And then you can get the people's increase willingness to be about your ideas, and then you will get the opportunity, and then you will get the business model based on these your willingness to help the others people and then to support their more convenient life, especially in the daily life. So there's what I am currently using this kind of method, and then I find all these opportunity by helping others people life. So. And then for the BIMSTEC region, it's like we are kind of like a neighbor, and we share the same landscapes, and we even share the same very similar cultures, very similar food, and even very similar weather. So the problem in this region is not only our country alone suffer, but all these BIMSTEC region have a very similar problem. So especially the climate changes and all these global warmings, we all suffer. So the focus on the renewable energy, sharing the renewable energy sources, even sharing this energy within the country. For example, like you develop the solar power project, and then like you sells to the neighboring country, for example, like to the Bangladesh, to the Thailand, and expose this kind of the renewable energy is a sharing resource, and sharing project is a very good opportunity since we share the same landscape. And also in terms of the transportation and logistics. So since for this morning, we are discussing about the tourism in the Nepal. So we are thinking like another 1 hour flight between each country, and how to promote the tourism in between each country, something like that. And then already I got a lot already to a business idea by discussing between the panelists. Like one of my engineering project, we need a high strength concrete, and then I got some solution from the Nepal, the Sri Lanka research center, and then I got another business idea from the Bangladesh, and also the Nepal, some sort of thing. Yes. So by discussing in each and every the same platform, we got a lot of the ideas and a lot of opportunities, so that just reach out, and then just explore what is the other people needs, and then how you can help them, so that you will get the opportunity in terms of helping others people.
Yes, thank you. That's very inspiring. Sandra, can you share your thoughts and your perception of business opportunities within the BIMSTEC market?
Firstly, I will go with the entrepreneurial journey. So, as mentioned by earlier panel, that being an entrepreneur is not a very easy thing. No? So I always say that first you have to have that characters, whether you really want to be an entrepreneur. You have to see in the mirror, I should say, whether your characters really, you can have are you going to take risks? No, you really want to take risks. So just coming up with an idea, innovative idea. These days we have all the AIs, we have a lot of YouTubes, so learning everything. But whenever you come up with ideas, see whether you want to invest in research and development, that what earlier our Sri Lanka panelist has highlighted on that. Research and development, trial, experimentation, whether you want to invest. So in fact, just to reflect on our journey, even at Serkar, prior to coming up with this idea, I worked in one of the dairy sector only for last decades, I should say. So then with that idea, so I wanted to in fact do it in different way. What we want to really solve it. So getting into diving deep into the what you are coming up with, I think that is very important. Not just having an idea and then you think that idea is really going to work. So end of the day, you really have to invest. You have to have the stakeholder engagement there. You need to have the relationship. Look for the expert in that particular field. So a lot of things are involved in really doing that. Coming up with a product or services. So, and ultimately, I would say you should always embrace failures. Failures comes anyways, but every failures you do is learning for you to, do a new development in the process. So these are the things that the key trait that you should have while you coming up with new products, or you want to be entrepreneur or something like that. So that is one thing. And other thing is to go on the opportunities that I see in the BIMSTEC region. While in my earlier slide, I was trying to highlight, this region is, it has so much connectivity. Now the world is united by, AIs, then we have so many connectivity. So I think we can really take that opportunity to, in fact, you have to have a local products, but you should always think globally.
Yes.
At first day itself, whether your products have the capacity to scale up, okay? Whether you want to really adapt with the, policies of the countries, whatever you want to export, or you get the, products. So, having said that, I think within the BIMSTEC region, I see a lot of opportunities in this, agri-tech, health and wellness, so much to relate with our sustainability and human development. So I think we can do much more than what we are doing it, but it should come, collaborate way, understand the policy of the country. What are the, now for instance, today, I think Thailand and Bhutan just signed an agreement, free trade agreement. So in fact, with India, we already have free trade agreement. So likewise, even we have within the Myanmar and then all the BIMSTEC country, we can have that sort of, things that we can tap the market. Sure. So with that thing, I think there are a lot of opportunities that we see in future. Thank you.
Lots of opportunities out there. How about you, Leisure, hotel, hospitality, business opportunities in the BIMSTEC market, and also advice, for all the investors out there?
Yeah, so I see a lot of opportunities within the BIMSTEC region. Like I was saying previously, our hotel was a key statement for Nepal to understand what border areas could really bring in. Before, border areas was in very unexplored districts of Nepal. Today, it's the growing hub of investment for hospitality and tourism. Why? Because we're able to bring in tourists from India and our other neighboring countries as well. So similar to that, BIMSTEC has already taken initiatives where we get more with connectivity and transport. And like we were hearing from Myanmar, this morning we were talking about how easy it would be once there's the Asian highway developed all the way from Thailand till, say, example, Nepal, Bhutan, and how easy access there will be for tourists to be coming and visiting us. But at the same time, I also feel like these connections and these opportunities can really be strengthened when we take care of our relationships with each other. And I mean relationships at a human level. We'll always have the diplomatic relationship, but we need more human relationships. I was fortunate to study in a school in India where we had students from all across the globe, but mainly we had a lot of students from the BIMSTEC region, like Thailand, Myanmar, Bhutan, Bangladesh. So I grew up learning about the BIMSTEC countries, culture, religion, people, what matters to each and every one of us with them before I even visited any of the countries, before I even understood what politics was, what diplomatic ties meant. I had the first form of diplomacy, which was friendship. So I think being in the hospitality sector, being representing Nepal, which is the lead sector for people-to-people contact as well, and talking about sustainability and human development, I think we really have to grab on the opportunities within the BIMSTEC region, start more youth exchange programs, start connecting with each other at a younger level, have young leaders meet each other. Similar to this platform, we need more platforms where entrepreneurs can come together, we can co-create, we can collaborate. Maybe she will have a startup in Myanmar that somebody in Nepal might want to invest in. Maybe there's a place in Nepal where Thai hospitality would want to invest in and bring in more people. So we need to have more platforms where we can talk about this, we can share this. And I think that is our biggest opportunity within the 7 BIMSTEC state members. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And let's hear from Pranav. Business.
Piece of advice, I think from my level, whatever I can share is that one thing I've learned is don't try to copy other people's journeys. People do this very often. They'll be, they'll look at friends, peers, and be like, this person became successful pretty early. This is the journey that they followed. I would say that everyone has a very different path in their own lives. So, one thing we shouldn't do, of course, you should learn from the good parts and try to avoid from the negatives, but don't try to replicate other people's journeys. Is going to create unnecessary, stress. Also, I think people have been mentioning this. I would say that, something which is very clear that they say that entrepreneurs have tried and failed more times than other people have tried, right? So I think that's one thing we should never, don't fear failure, because that's something that's bound to happen. Create the right group of people within you, family members, friends who are there, and, patience, I would say, is something which is very important, especially for an entrepreneur. Within the BIMSTEC region, I would say the opportunities are immense. Most of our countries have similar problems that we've had across the years. We found solutions to those problems. I think we should always share that between the countries. I also feel that because we are developing much faster than the developed world, we're already moving to grade A tech rather than transitioning from C, B to A. So that's something which is a positive within the spare itself. And I see that in India, with fintech happening, we already straight away went to grade A tech rather than, seeing that transition. Apart from that, from a important aspect point of view, I think there are a lot of activities. Counter-terrorism is key that we could work in together. It's something which is very important. Sustainability, I would say, with maybe Bhutan's hydropower, India's solar energy, and Thailand's access to renewables, we could create a more, sustainable energy grid together.
Yes, thank you very much. And can I now open the floor for a question and answer session? So, dear participants, if you have any questions, please feel free to engage with all the speakers at this moment, and you can raise your hand. Thank you very much. Please.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Veena. My name is like Indian, so I think it's easy to remember most of you. All right. I am the expert committee in the bank, okay, one of the top 3 banks in Thailand, and also the committee members in the bank. I'm an academic committee, and in the university, the oldest university in Thailand. I will not mention the name now. Okay, it's the Royal University. I am the committee in there as well. I'm actually the vice president in Sustainable Development Goal. All right, doing some projects, and we are going to sign MOU very soon, really soon. I just sent the names who are the signatories, to Nepal. All right, and we are as we are in academic, so we are trying to see how we can collaborate with the Nepal. Maybe setting up some. I don't know. Maybe we are going to set up some master or doctorate degree on sustainable development. So we'll see what we can do. But it's really a good time that you come here all here today, because I think we need advice from specialists like you. How would we go, forward to collaborate? We like to collaborate with them. We met them already, but still like they ask, what to do? We are, what to do? See? And Nepal is like, I really don't know, because, for example, don't mean to offense. If we sign MOU with the Japanese, all right, they have a big money, maybe they support us with academic, but Nepal, and we are not that rich to support them, so it's like getting married and, don't know each other very well, but we have to get married already, something like that, because I know I know that the owner of the big university in Nepal, they have like hundreds of campuses ready to collaborate, but don't know what to do yet. All right, so we really need a lot of advice. Maybe I need to go behind the scene and exchange name cards, and we have to contact each other after that very soon. And we invited 20 countries you know, the representative from each big university in 20 countries just last month on board, you know, river cruise, just to try to talk about this. And we are going to sign MOU with another 5 countries. So, thank you for today. I think the 5 countries will be within the BIMSTEC. Otherwise, we go like, I don't know which country, we have to get brainstorm which country to do. So now I really get a clear picture that we will do BIMSTEC first, since we are here, right? So, before COVID, I was a vice president in an airline, okay, and before that in the largest university in Chiang Mai, Thailand. The department I look after is human resources. So I really see the importance of developing human for sustainability, and also I'm in the academic now. So I really need advice from you. So if anybody here would like to know, signing MOU with Nepal academic side for sustainable development, what is your advice? What should be our first step, small step or big step? Right.
Okay, so thank you for your question as well. So after you've signed the MOU, I would suggest, have you been to Nepal personally? Yeah.
As soon as we finalize the draft MOU, then I think we should go to Nepal as well.
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, I feel like relationship is much more important. So your MOU is more of a just contract base that allows you, that opens up the door for you to come into Nepal. But what's important is the person you're signing your MOU with, you must go to their campus first. The university you're trying to start your program in, you need to go to the university, see if it matches the facilities and the sort of course you want to provide in Nepal. The next step for you would be, then you need to start connecting, which I can obviously help you with, is the Young Entrepreneurs Forum within Nepal. Because we have the connection and we have the body that helps you find not just students, but even entrepreneurs who want to learn more on sustainability. For example, I am someone that I've studied sustainability, I've been passionate about it, but I could have a colleague that is not that aware but would want to learn about it more. And having a course, something that you're bringing into the country, is a big deal, because then we don't have to fly around and look for any other courses online. You know, it'll be readily available for us at home. So I would suggest talking to your the partner in Nepal, and then sort of sitting down together, getting in contact with these associations that are quite easy for you to connect with, honestly, as well. Get the Ministry of Education on board as well. And that way you guys can start with at least 15 to, 20 students on board on the first few classes, and then it's going to grow for sure, because you will have to market quite a bit in terms of getting students on board. This is a very good course that you're bringing into the country, for sure, but you will have to get it into a lot of people's ears. So rather than just focusing on the MOU aspect, I would suggest you to talk to the partner in Nepal and start talking to different associations on this entire concept. And I'll meet you after this as well.
Thank you so much. But what is... we should do some marketing, yes. But what is the strength? I mean, the advantage of students from Thailand going to Nepal? Like I say, no offense, like if Japan, the US, even the Philippines or India, many people, many students go to India, right? But for Nepal, what is your strength? What is your good advantage that the parents here should send students to Nepal?
So in terms of the country itself, we are more, I would say, I wouldn't really want to call this anything else, but I would say we're more cultural. So when people from Thailand, when their students will be coming into Nepal, they'll be seeing a different world. You'll see a world where you grow up without big shopping malls like this in Thailand. You're going to be more grounded. You're going to understand what it is to be a human being, to be brought up in nature. You want to learn about sustainability, you got to be more in in nature. And I think that is what Nepal gives you. You will be able to, students will be able to not just learn, but see firsthand how does green energy come into place. They'll be able to see firsthand what sort of obstacles we're facing. We're trying to move a business from not so sustainable to sustainable. You know, you're going to see the raw, authentic version of everything because in Nepal, we're quite open. You know, we're not, we don't try to hide much. We're like, okay, this is something that's bothering us. This is an obstacle. You know, let's face it together. And I think studying in Nepal and being exposed to that, especially for someone that comes all the way from Thailand or the Philippines or Japan, is you're going to see groundwork. You're going to be able to build yourself up. And you'll be honestly able to enjoy our culture, and I think that is something Thailand will also love, your Thai students.
Absolutely.
Just like we've loved yours.
Yes, thank you very much.
Right.
Any other questions, maybe?
That's really good because we are now, people nowadays, especially the latest generations, they grow more of the very systemized, very digitalized, and less human being. So good. So we are going to give good balance to them, going to Nepal and learn to be more human nowadays.
Right.
And one last question is, what is the next country within BIMSTEC that we should sign MOU?
I actually would suggest India.
Huh.
Do you have one with India already?
I am the committee in the another UN, sustainability program, and we had two doctors from India. So maybe yes, but if not India, then what is next?
The next one that I would suggest would be Sri Lanka. Because they're quite innovative and,
interesting.
And recently, only this morning, my panelist from Sri Lanka, he was talking to me about sustainability because I was talking about how I need to get a lot of businesses in Nepal a bit more sustainable, and we're sort of blocked and we have quite big barriers, whether it's in terms of investment or generating more ideas. And he was like, oh, I can help you with that. So that's the first thing that came into my mind, Sri Lanka.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very interesting. Maybe we'll find another session to dig deeper into the point that you're interested in. Thank you very much, and that's very useful. The last question, maybe, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your sharing. I never go to Nepal or Bhutan. I go to India one time, long time ago. I would like to ask you about if for the entrepreneurship, they want to make the new business, and business have a dream for society or for the nation. What is the preparation that the young people should be prepared, especially example knowledge? It need to focus on the applied side or social side together, or for the skill, because skill in now maybe cannot use in the future. We have an AI coming or something, and the important thing is characteristic. What is the characteristic for the people to stay now and to work in the future for the it's like a social business that in a previous session mentioned. So I would like to ask you what we should be prepare ourselves to do the business that impact for the social or for the society, for the society or for the nation.
Let's hear from all of you and your perspective. Okay.
I would just like to say that the world is ever evolving. You have to adapt to change. That's one thing which is very important. As an entrepreneur, you have to keep pivoting if you have a business idea, if you have a revenue model, because there is someone who's always going to be doing something better. From a characteristic point of view, I would say, if you see most of the successful entrepreneurs, no one would have focused on core education, I would say. Of course, they're constantly learning. That's different. There are more ways to learn than to just be good at grades in school. That's one thing I never believe in. And that's I would just like to say that the idea should be to read about what people did right, be obviously very aware and very aware in terms of looking at how people can constantly learn what's happening and adapt to change as quickly as possible.
Yes.
I sort of always tell myself the 3 C's, which is commitment, consistency, and compromise. And I think every entrepreneur needs to have that. You need to be committed to whatever you want to do. Whether you fail the first time or the 10th time, it doesn't matter. If you're committed, you can do it. You have to be consistent with your behavior. What things are you prioritizing? What are you putting on first? What are you waking up to every day wanting to do? And the last one is compromise. Just like Pranav said, you need to be able to adapt, and at times you have to compromise as well, because there are things that you will have to understand, maybe not now, but later, and eventually that's what's going to help you grow more and learn more.
And just one thing, as Steve Jobs said, that if you have the right vision, the vision will pull you. So that's something that will automatically happen.
Yes, thank you. And Sanja from Bhutan, please.
I will be a little bit contrast, because I see failures to fail in taking new steps or trying to innovate new things. I think that has a different story again. So we cannot always say that, okay, you keep on trying. Okay, so if that is not a piece of cake, I should say that, of course, you cannot afford to, in fact, as an entrepreneur, you cannot afford to, in fact, fail sometimes. Of course, 1 time, 2 times, but continuously, if you try to, fail, I should say that you should think of doing something else. So that's my perspective, in fact.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yin Min Han, please.
Yes, for me, it's like I agree with the India speaker. So the continuous learning is the most important thing in the entrepreneur's life, because it's very obvious that due to the AI and all the technological landscape, the job creation and job opportunity are totally changed. It's very obvious, and then all these opportunities are not the same today with another 10 years. So you need to look carefully where is the job opportunity for the next 10 years. Otherwise, when you are ready and then when you are ready to provide and serve your country, the job is no longer there. So instead of like preparing yourself to fulfill all these criteria currently, just look at another 10 years. So it's definitely that the job today is totally different with the job opportunity in the next 10 years. So just looking what is the 10-year future. And then also due to the world state, you need to specialize in the geopolitics. Because currently the world is not a country itself, but we need to think about all the region like the BIMSTEC region, ASEAN region, and the Southeast Asia and every region. So you need to think and then you need to learn what's the geopolitics and what can happenings in this region. So that you will find the opportunities and to get the opportunity how to solve the problems in this region. So just try to learn from another 10 years so that you will get ready and you will get kind of like a billionaire in the future.
Yes, thank you so much. It's valuable insights. Yes, hearing you four talk about sustainability and human development and tips and techniques today, I believe that today's discussion have provided valuable takeaways for entrepreneurs and also aspiring change makers. So in today's interconnected world, focusing solely on the domestic domestic market may no longer be enough. Imagine the potential if we expand the reach to a regional market of over 1.7 billion people. So thank you very much and big round of applause to all the speakers. From Myanmar, Ms. Yin Min Han from Myanmar Young Entrepreneurs Association. Bhutan, Mr. Sanjal Bishwa from Sarkar Dairy, Nepal. Ms. Ashley Shah Kargi from Hotel Meiji Crown, Nepal. And India, Mr. Pranav Bajaj from Netherlands. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's been a wonderful afternoon. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, while some may still feel hesitant about entering South Asian markets, we believe that the insights shared by the panelists today will help build confidence and guide your next step as well. Remind you again, from April the 2nd to the 4th, Thailand is hosting the BIMSTEC Summit, and the first in 20 years to be held in the kingdom. And this occasion is expected to move regional cooperation forward in tangible ways. A successful FTA under BIMSTEC could unlock unprecedented benefits. And on this occasion, may I invite Ms. Salini Phonpraphai, Deputy Director General of the Department of International Economic Affairs, to deliver the closing remarks.
Distinguished panelists, young entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude the BIMSTEC Young Gen Forum, where the future meets, I'd like to extend my sincere appreciation to all the panelists, the participants, our speakers, and all of you who spend your time with us this afternoon. In addition to the inspiring wisdoms from Professor Yunus, which we heard earlier, we have also witnessed dynamic discussions and sharing of stories by our colleagues here. It is essential that we keep connections that we have today, because the cooperation that we have built today will lead us to more success. The ideas exchanged here will contribute to future collaboration under BIMSTEC platforms as well, ensuring that the perspectives of young entrepreneurs will help to shape the direction of our region's development. While this event comes to an end now, I hope that the momentum that we have built here together will continue. I encourage all of you to stay connected, as I said, to collaborate and transform these discussions into action that will drive meaningful change in the Bay of Bengal. Thank you once again for joining us, and have a good evening. I look forward to seeing you again. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you, Ms. Salini Phonpraphai, Deputy Director General of the Department of International Economic. And after the seminar concludes, please don't rush off just yet. We invite you to join us outside for a networking reception and casual conversation as well. And the QR code that is shown here is all the slide presentations that we've been discussing today. You can scan QR code to download all the presented slides. And on behalf of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and TNN World, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to all the speakers and honorable guests for joining us today. And this is Pami Sinida Petvilakun from TNN. Thank you very much once again, and have a great evening. Thank you. สวัสดีค่ะ